on some very interesting news in South Africa. KwaZulu-Natal South African Police Services, Mr. General MKHWANAZI and his team have so far arrested 36 illegal shop owners, not just paza shop owners, shop owners. And also these shop owners happen to be illegal foreigners because of their documents and their identities are questionable. This involves Home Affairs. There is Home Affairs. I'm going to play a clip and the General, Mr. MKHWANAZI, is going to explain. You're going to have a better understanding as to why these people were arrested, what have they done, what are the processes that are going to happen after since now they've been arrested. Are they going to be deported? What's going to happen? Who's involved in the deportation of these people? But listen to this before you make your own conclusions. Take a listen.
In KwaZulu-Natal have arrested more than 30 undocumented foreign nationals following an inspection of foreign-owned spaza shops and establishments suspected of selling counterfeit goods. The raid was led by the Premier Nduli as well as also by the Provincial Police Commissioner Nhlanhla MKHWANAZI. Newsroom Africa's Letu Ndlovu has more from Durban.
So earlier on when we spoke, we did mention that we were we were engaged in an inspection that was being done by the KZN Premier Nduli. And what we saw there was quite a number of goods that were recovered. Particularly, you are looking at those cigarettes that we showed you that were on the counter. We also heard him talk to the person that was behind the counter, and they were asking him whether he is the shop owner and where he gets his products from. And now we are at a different location, which is the Durban Drive-In. In fact, we are joined by the KZN SAPS Commissioner, Nhlanhla MKHWANAZI, who is going to be talking to us about those 36 people that have been arrested. Commissioner, thank you so much for speaking to us. I think firstly, let's start off with what we can see behind you. Talk to us about those people that are being detained.
Yeah, well, the group that you see behind us that are loaded in those trucks are people that are foreign nationals, first, and secondly, they've got questionable documents, some of them. So that's why they have been processed here to verify some of the information that they have, that they are presenting to us as whether is it legitimate paperwork or not. So thus far, majority of them, we've discovered that they've got fake documents. So the fake documents could be perhaps as a result of some people that are processing documents illegally at their own places. I'm sure you are aware of what happened yesterday, where we found some officials that were producing marriage certificates and the likes outside the Home Affairs premises. And perhaps these might be the similar kind of syndicates that they are benefiting as a result of that. Or perhaps maybe from within some of the government officials that they get some assistance to end up with documentation like that. So that's basically what we're busy with right now.
What is the conversation coming from them? I heard that some of them have an expired asylum seeker document. What is the conversation coming when you are trying to find out what they are still doing in the country after those documents have been expired?
Yeah, well, they will always give an explanation that they're waiting for Home Affairs to give them an extension on that. They've applied and they're still waiting and they were told to wait. The reality is people don't necessarily want to go back home. Once they're here, they want to stay in South Africa. So ours is not to play the part of Home Affairs. But as the police, we look at the law, we look at the legislation. If it says you're illegal, so we take you, and where must we take you to? Hand it over to the department that is responsible for you, and from there it becomes the department's problem to deal with it. So if they reissue them with those permits, they're going to be back on the street. But if they don't issue them with those permits, they deport them. So be it. We will have played our part as police to make sure that those who are not supposed to be on the street without official documents, they are not on the street.
Particularly looking at those numbers in terms of specifics, this is your department. Talk to us about the number of people among those 36 that are legally here and the number of people that are illegally here.
Yeah, well, right now I cannot verify, I cannot tell you the numbers. I think thus far I have not seen anyone yet confirmed to be legal in the country. So thus far those that I've seen that have been processed, all of them are illegal in the country. So either expired documents or fraudulent documents that they have. That's why.
Lastly, Commissioner, before we let you go, what are the next steps that are going to happen after they are taken from here?
Yeah, I'm sure you notice that there's Home Affairs here. So they are processing them. So if those that are found to be illegal in the country, they're going to be detained at the police station. Then until Home Affairs finalize the process of taking them through their process back to where they come from. So it's a whole legal process that Home Affairs is going to take care of going forward.
How you just heard, right? Nizwele, General Mr. MKHWANAZI. So, yeah, I hear people came here illegally. I hear all of that. The interesting part is where he spoke about these people bought these illegal documents, whether illegal documents to open the shop, illegal documents to come into the country and have documentation illegally, identifications illegally, involving some officials from Home Affairs, whereby they're involved in the selling of fake documents, in the creation of fraudulent identities to illegal foreigners. Home Affairs. As we've heard, right, the police doesn't have enough power to deport these people. The police doesn't have enough power to do anything with illegal foreigners or illegal shop owners. All they can do is arrest these people, and then since now they are illegal and they're not supposed to be in the country, they're foreigners, they're going to be handing them to Home Affairs. Home Affairs, last time I checked yesterday in Parliament, the Minister of Home Affairs, the DA Minister, was reluctant. He's like, no, I'm not backing down. I'm continuously gonna deport these people. I don't care how much it costs. I'm gonna continue to deport these illegal foreigners from the country. He said that, of course, replying to the ATM, replying to the EFF, because the EFF was challenging the misuse of funds, like spending 50 million to deport 20,000 foreigners. Instead, they were proposing build a border first. So he's like, no, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna continue. So if they're being handed to the Home Affairs, of course, these people are gonna be deported back to their own countries. Whether they come back or they don't come back, it's no more up to General MKHWANAZI. General MKHWANAZI's job is to arrest them and hand them to Home Affairs. Home Affairs is the one that is responsible for deporting these people, and also making sure the border issues, and the border, of course, is also going to involve the infrastructure, and the infrastructure is still with the DA, the white people. So the infrastructure building borders is for the public works and infrastructure. There's no borders being built, there's no initiative like that, but there's only a deportation, people being deported. Lord knows if these people here are going to come back or not. But I wanted to break the story in KwaZulu-Natal. This is what's happening. So, ninga mangali. In KwaZulu-Natal, they're inspecting shops, and not just other shops, wholesalers, big shops, checking for fraudulent documents, whether documents of the shop, whether documents, invoices of the products being bought, the books are they balancing, and then also checking the identification of the workers in those places. Thank you very much.